Chapter 1. The Call on the Tracks. Elijah didn't remember the first time he heard God's voice. He only remembered the first time he couldn't ignore it. The wind cut through the elevated tracks like a blade, rattling loose bolts and shaking the steel beneath his feet. The train was late again. It always was. Elijah stood near the edge of the platform, hoodie pulled tight, backpack slung over one shoulder, the city stretching behind him in layers of brick, smoke, and unfinished prayers. Chicago never slept, but it did groan. He felt it in the concrete, in the air, in the way people stared past each other like ghosts afraid of recognition. Elijah pulled the Bible from his bag, its cover cracked and softened by years of handling. It wasn't new. It wasn't pretty. But it was his. He didn't open it right away. He just held it, thumb pressed against the spine, feeling its weight. Something was wrong tonight. He couldn't explain it, only that the noise of the city felt thinner. Like a curtain being pulled back just enough for something else to breathe through. A man stood near the stairwell at the far end of the platform. Hood up. Face half covered. Too still. Elijah noticed him because no one else did. The train lights appeared in the distance, sparks flashing as steel met steel. People shifted. Phones came out. Bags were adjusted. Life resumed its shallow rhythm. But the man didn't move. And then Elijah heard it, not with his ears, but somewhere deeper. Watch. His fingers tightened around the Bible. He glanced at the man again. The air around him seemed darker, heavier, like heat rising off asphalt. Elijah's heart began to pound, not with fear, but recognition. The kind you feel when you realize something you've been running from has finally caught up. He had prayed for this. Not like this, but still. The man turned his head slightly. Their eyes met. For just a moment, Elijah saw something behind the mask. Not anger. Not hate. Hunger. The train roared into the station, wind exploding across the platform. When Elijah looked back, the man was gone. The doors opened. People poured in and out. Noise swallowed the moment whole. But Elijah knew. That wasn't coincidence. That was assignment. He opened the Bible at random. The page fell where it always seemed to fall lately. Ezekiel chapter 3 verse 17, Son of man, I have made you a watchman for the house of Israel. Whenever you hear a word from my mouth, you shall give them warning from me. Elijah exhaled slowly. I'm not ready, he whispered. The verse didn't change. The city didn't quiet. And the call didn't leave. As the train doors slid shut and carried him deeper into the city, Elijah didn't know who the man was, or what he wanted. But he knew one thing with terrifying clarity. God was about to ask him to stand where others refused to look. And this time, there would be no turning back.